We're gonna be having a podcast that we're working on.
You are? Yeah. Dope. I can't wait. Yeah. I really want to be on Casey's podcast. Casey and
All right, guys. So the stream is live. So if you guys want, I got to test sound still, but you guys can go there and share it.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, you're listening to the voice of the future, actually.
Bert, you're crazy. When's your birthday?
June 4th. I am a Gemini. I was born on the end of 89. I'm the last of the 80s.
You and TD both.
Yeah.
Molly, I'm surrounded by too many Geminis.
God,
I'm always around
Quez?
Geminis and Aquarius. And Quez is an Aquarius.
Okay, I like
know.
Aquarius. I fuck with Aquarius.
My mom's an Aquarius, you
That's
know.
why we get along, the Queminize.
Geminis are crazy, though.
For sure.
I want to let everybody know we on right now.
Yeah, tell them. Tell all your people. Fucking
They keep
log on and ask questions.
They be shadow banning us. Let me see if
I know. Fucking bastards.
Log on and ask.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
DABA
everybody,
fam, tap in.
We'll be starting the show in about 20 seconds here. So remember, as always, I'd like you to comment below the show, and we'll put your comments on screen and get at us. Great show today. DABA TC in the building.
Let's do it.
And Molly, take it away whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is Molly the Kush RN. You've reached Conversations with Kush. I am joined tonight by three incredible gentlemen from the DABA TC team. We have Quez, who's at home, a little under the weather. We have TD and Bert. So welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for being here.
What up? What up?
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
I always like to start the show off by someone telling me about the first time they smoked weed. So we're going to have Quez. I want you to go first. Tell me about your first experience with cannabis.
Man, one of my first times was actually out of the bar when I was in college. And this was my first time.
Grown as fuck.
Yeah.
You fucking
Well, this was my first time doing smoking out of the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to talk about this experience is because I was really stoned and I learned what that really meant.
Was that the time with Joe, or you talking about?
No.
Okay, never mind.
This was up at Fergus, but yeah, I did a pretty big rip. All I can remember is I was just in the bathroom just staring at myself.
Did you pass out?
No, I didn't. I did not pass out, but I was literally stoned looking at myself.
After that first time, were you kind of hooked? Were you like, wow, I really like what this is about? And did you start to kind of develop a relationship with cannabis then?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had a relationship with cannabis since I've been about 15 years old.
Okay.
And you know, family and friends, it's always kind of been around. You know what I'm saying? So definitely developed a relationship with cannabis at an early age.
What's your everyday use like, or what's your relationship like now? Do you smoke every day? Do you like edibles? Are you open to topicals and stuff like that? I feel like
Yeah, I'm pretty open, but I prefer a J. You know, I'm a joint smoker. A couple of J's a day to keep the bad guys away.
Exactly. Nice. Okay. How about you, Bert?
The first time. So the question was the first time we ever smoked?
Yes. Or consumed.
The first time I ever consumed, I was peer pressured into it by my big cousin, R.I.P. my OGs. I was the little cousin that just like hanging around, being in this shit, you know what I'm saying? And excuse my language, we allowed to go?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I was a little cousin being around in this shit, you know. And my big cousins were smoking. We was on the roof. It was sort of like set it off, but like teenage version, you know what I'm saying? Like we on the roof.
Boy version.
Yeah, just, nigga version, you know what I'm saying? I'm the little homie, you know what I'm saying? We up there, we smoking. I'm like, ooh, I want to smoke too. I want to be high. Y'all laughing? My cousin like, nigga, if you hit this, you can't say shit. I'm bet. I hit this shit. I almost fell off the roof when I coughed and they caught me. So I almost died my first time actually smoking.
You and Quez both.
Yeah, a few times. I got crazy stories with weed. Like But that was the first time I smoked. I was peer pressured by my big cousins, and they used it to manipulate me in the story. Because when their mom came back, she like, "Who ate all my Oreos? Who ate all the candy? Who smoked my roaches and my weed? Oh, it was him too. He smoked." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, me."
You under the bus.
Yeah, threw me under the bus right away. So at a young age, I handled accountability. Like weed helped me accept things.
Okay.
So
I
was 12 years old at the time too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was around that time too when I first smoked 12.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's normal, moderate time to
Not
smoke.
college.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? No, Quez was smoking before college.
I had to tell that bar story because I think that one was better than the first time I actually smoked.
Man, I
can
thought
tell
you was
whatever
talking about the
story you
bong
want.
story with Joe. You know,
Oh man, I was there too.
What's your consumption like now? Your consumption pattern?
shout out to Quez. Honestly, you know, Quez my best friend. So I used to be like a alcoholic or whatever, high level functional alcoholic at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I converted when my favorite aunt passed away, and Quez was right there. And you know, he always was smoking every day with my first girlfriend at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't used to like the shit. I used to despise the shit. Like, oh, you smoking with Quez and them? I hate that shit. And then after my aunt passed away, you know, I made an oath to her. You know what I'm saying? I convert from liquor to weed, and it's so much better.
It is.
And Quez was right there. When I first smoked, my tolerance was so shitty. Like I can hit 2 blunts, like 2 puffs, and I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm seeing shit. I need to go in a dark room. And like now, my consumption is sort of like what I can smoke as much as I want at this point in life. My consumption
Question
is up
is
there
when
every
he
day.
doesn't smoke.
Do you have a guy
When he sleep.
that's on your team that just like rolls your blunts like Snoop Dogg?
Me.
Oh, you're the
roller. Yeah.
you're the roller.
I'm the roller.
How about you, TD? How old were you when you first consumed cannabis?
I think I was around the same age.
He still
No,
looked like
actually,
he's
I
12.
was like,
Yeah.
honestly, I think I was like 10.
Okay. Were you?
Ma'am.
Did you guys grow up around marijuana in your house?
Of course, we black.
Definitely.
Yes and no.
These are the stigmas that we're
remember.
trying to break with this show, Bert.
Oh, yeah. We real niggas for sure. Yeah.
I remember going to my uncle's house when I was like 7, 8 years old, and he had like one of those TV trays when you're sitting at the couch and stuff like that with the TV trays in front of it, and it was just a pile of weed on it. So my ass walked up to him and I asked him, "What is that? Why do you got grass on the table?" I had no idea what it was. I just thought he had a pile of grass on it. I'm in the other room just asking questions for no reason, just not mind my business, you know.
Did he laugh?
Oh, you know he laughed. He told me to get my ass out there. Take your ass to the room. Get out of here, boy.
That's funny.
No, for
What's
real,
it? What's it like now? Then, what's your consumption like now?
every day from the time I wake up,
Yeah.
pretty much to the time I go to sleep.
Okay.
You know, unless I'm handling some important business, then I try to stay a little bit clear-minded from smoking.
Okay.
You know.
So, what kinds of ways do you think it helps you guys? Like, why do you like it so much? Tell me about it.
For me, I do music and stuff too as well. I'm
Okay,
like a
perfect.
creative.
Yeah.
So like it helps get my creative juices flowing naturally, other than them naturally flowing.
Yeah.
And it gives me a clear relaxation and calming of any type of misunderstanding that I'm interpreting wrong. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It helps me think before I say some shit.
For sure. I feel like I get a lot of clarity when I'm high too. You know, on topics, or if I'm having an interaction with someone, it's just, it goes smoother. I feel like, you know, I'm more open to like hearing the other person's side instead of like just listening to respond and like, you know, jumping on somebody or something like that. So
Become way more patient.
for sure. For sure.
With the song.
How do you guys feel about like my community, like the medical cannabis community? Are you guys open to like the things that we talk about? Because mostly cannabis,
Oh, yeah. We go through
nurses-
the same thing. Definitely open to it.
you know, we talk about like doing low, slow doses for people that are like just starting out and like really minimizing the harm that people do, like by smoking. So like
Right.
doing consumables or topicals or shit like that, you know. Are you guys are open to that too?
I'm open to all that. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes
Yeah,
it was
most
a
definitely.
phase. I was mixing CBD with my regular weed to go to sleep for like chronic pains and shit at night.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or like I take some of my mom's CBD rub and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm breaking it down to my mom like, CBD the male plant, so it gives you the side effects without it being so psychoactive, letting
Yeah.
her understand it. So it's sort of like the same stuff you doing, but like y'all on the frontier, like y'all fighting like big topics that we secretly fighting.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, now that like we're learning about the endocannabinoid system and we're learning so much about cannabis, I feel like, it's good to hear that people are open to those things. I mean, for me especially, like I like a ratio medication. Like my medication of choice is consumable. Like I like pills that are made with RSO and mixed with coconut oil, and it's some THC and some CBD because it just smooths it out for me. Like
totally.
if I get really high, I'm just penoid, and like that's no fun,
Yeah,
So,
can't be paranoid all the time.
Yeah.
You gonna make me paranoid.
Everybody has a different tolerance level.
Yeah.
You can't expect everyone to have the same as you, especially when you're a big user like we are, a consumer, I should say. We consume a lot of weed, edibles, all that stuff. When we make 'em, we eat
Lemonades,
them the whole
edibles,
time, so it's kind of
caramels.
different. So
Right. Part of the show, like the reason why I'm doing this is because I want people like that are heavy everyday smokers to meet up with, the new consumer that's coming in and like meet in the middle and be like, okay, there's room for everyone to like develop their own relationship with this plant. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, those guys are bad because they smoke all day,
like my grandma.
Or
Right,
or
there definitely
or
is.
the everyday smoker to be like, oh, they're just using CBD, like that doesn't count, So I wanna like broaden the scope of like what
the
cannabis
stigma,
is.
like take that
Exactly.
stigma and pressure off. Cause like I got like a lot of upper elite friends and stuff, and like they smoke weed too though. But like I be out there, but no, go ahead, you do it. I'm like, nigga, you want to hit it? No, I'm gonna eat an edible. Like,
Yeah.
like damn, bro, like who looking at you? Like I don't like that stigma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause then they're like, oh, I got my job, my corporate. I'm like, you smoking weed, bro? You're not smoking crack or methamphetamine.
Exactly.
You smoking some shit that was here before our existence.
Yeah. Do you like CBD, Quez? Have you tried it, or do you use it much, or?
I don't use it much, but definitely dabble with it before. Making some different edibles and things like that with it. To what you were saying, I definitely think that there's room for all of us, and that the education of it is most important. Even though most people's first choice of consuming cannabis is through smoking, we obviously know that is not the healthiest way for us to consume our favorite plants. So yes, topicals and edibles and things like that are very important to, the plant and what it's able to do.
Exactly. Yeah, I just want people to kind of open up their mind a little bit and just broaden their scope of what they think cannabis is, or what weed is, or whatever word they choose to apply to it.
Definitely try to let people know that there's a lot more things that the cannabis plant does besides get you high, which THC does.
Right.
Think about all the other components that it has, everything else that it does. Like my grandma, she's in her late 80s. It's like, she likes to take edibles now.
Good.
Sometimes, and especially at night when it's time for her to go to sleep, or when she's sore, or she can't get to sleep, or
Sure.
it really helps her out.
Have
Just
you-
kind of
have you
help
got-
microdose her and tell her, you don't have to eat the whole thing. Just try a little bit. This work, ease your way in. You don't have to get super high, and everything is not going to get you super high.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a different stoner too. Hey, pretty kitty. Hey, look, it's right by me. Ooh, okay. Watch the little. But yeah, like I can't get an appetite unless I smoke, and it's not like I don't want to sound like I'm a marijuana addict. I don't. It's more like
You are.
I'm more like a Rastafarian. I'm more of a Rastafarian, if anything. Like, I even went to jail for it. I got locked up for this shit, behind that shit, what I'm saying? And I said the same shit. I'm like, it's more my religion. Like, but anyway, I smoke weed to get an appetite, and it helps me get an appetite. And I know some of my elderly people in the community, they got to smoke to get an appetite first, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them can't eat the food that they want to eat until they smoke, you know what I'm saying? And the whole time they just like, oh, the pill's gonna make me feel weird. I'm like, the whole time you just gotta smoke before you eat. And I, like certain strains ain't for everyone. Like
Exactly.
some people don't like sativa, some people don't like indica, some people don't even know that marijuana has different strains, and there's hybrids, and so like that's why it's good to hang around a lot of connoisseurs and have good connoisseur friends.
Just have a connection to the community in some way.
Yeah.
You know, I know people who just don't like taking pills. You know, fuck opioids.
Exactly. Exactly.
Remember that Bag Legends? Gotta give him a shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Black
Marlo.
Market.
For sure.
What's up?
Shout out to Minnesota Black Market too.
Yeah.
That's who I roll up for, other than ourselves.
Nice.
Nah, but when it comes to the cannabinoids and all the things like that,
Yeah,
that
the
really help you and
cannabinoids.
stuff like that, and leaving all that other bullshit away, leaving it alone, you know.
Right.
It's the safest thing for you.
And there's no lethal dose of
Yeah.
cannabis, so
I've never
you know,
heard of nobody overdosing from cannabis.
it has never happened.
Yeah, it's impossible.
It can't happen. Would you, Bert, be willing to talk a little bit about that more? You said that you had gotten in trouble for it before. Were you able to get your charges expunged with the new laws and whatnot?
Not with the new laws. Like, pretty much, I was just on probation for like a year.
Okay.
It was like a petty misdemeanor. It wasn't something like borderline there that big. You know what I'm saying? It was.
Okay.
It was a whole bunch of.
You don't have to go into it. I was.
But yeah, I'm a big advocate for marijuana.
Me too.
You know, like I said, like it's more like a spiritual thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more connected to source naturally, but. You know, I microdose too. I do shrooms.
Me too.
I do acid. I've done DMT. I'm sort of like, I'm more like a spiritual bended person. But marijuana is always just the gateway. Like, even if I was to drink now, you know, because I used to always be alcoholic, I can smoke and sober up.
Yeah.
Versus other people, I'm crossfaded. Not me. I'm drinking and I'm rolling up a blunt, chilling.
Yeah. I drink so much less now than I used to. Because of cannabis, I think. Have you had that experience
Yes.
too? Yeah.
I drink way more or less than I used to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I stopped drinking for like 3 years.
Okay.
I just started really drinking a little bit more lately.
Okay.
And not much, just socially.
Yeah, just for celebratory purposes.
Yeah.
How about you, Quez?
Yeah, definitely. I've had my days of drinking, but I gave that up pretty early. And I mean, just seeing close family and friends, you know, unfortunately, you know, losing their life or, you know, becoming really ill from, you know, alcohol and the things that it can do to you. So definitely love that we have our plant to, you know, kind of lean on versus that.
One of the things that I really want to talk about with you guys that are kind of everyday smokers too is cannabis hyperemesis syndrome. Do you guys ever get that?
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
I've my brother-in-law actually goes through that where it like it's sort of like cannabis overdose.
Exactly.
Where like he has to shut down.
Yep.
Has to rehydrate himself. At first I didn't know because like we was just smoking and like when it happened I'm like damn like nigga. You know, it was sort of like that movie, Don't Be a Menace, like when a nigga passed out, I'm like, pass me that shit. I'm like, why that shit ain't happened to me? You know what I'm saying? We smoking the same thing, and then I got to drive this nigga to the hospital. I'm like, I'm going to keep smoking this blunt, see if it happened to me on the way there. And we get there, and I'm telling the doctor what's going on, because he can't explain it, and the doctor is like, oh, he has whatever, what you just said.
Cannabis hyperemesis syndrome.
Cannabis hyper...
Emesis syndrome.
I'm with syllables. That sounded like about 6-7 syllables right there.
CHS, that's what we abbreviated
Oh
as in the
yeah, for
hospital.
sure. Yeah, he has CHS, and I help him cope with that and go through that. So like now he's understanding like his limit.
Okay.
So like yeah, and you know like I say he's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? So like. His limitation is about as quadruple as mine.
It
and I smoke a
happens.
lot.
I don't know if Quez or TD, if you know of anyone that it's ever happened to, but it's kind of a serious thing. And the reason why I talk about it with everyday smokers is because it happens when you smoke really high potency weed,
Yes,
typically.
and that's what the doctors are saying too. Is normally happens when you consistently Like we back to back smoking. Like he playing 2K, he gambling,
Exactly.
he online doing it. So he got to smoke for everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that makes sense. I'm like, you got to smoke some Reggie a little bit. You an OG. You know,
Well-
you gotta
Smoke some Deps.
Or maybe just take a tolerance break.
smoke some CBD for a minute, bro.
Smoke some CBD. Smoke a little, a lower percentage, THC. But it's really, it affects people in a pretty big way, and usually
that shit's real.
Usually they do have to go to the hospital. It really hurts. You get abdominal pain. You can't stop throwing up. The only thing that really helps is a cocktail of medications that we give IV fluids, and then warm baths and showers when you go home. So if anyone's experiencing that, just hit my...
Oh shit, that probably happened to Phil the other day because he had abdominal pain. We were smoking at back-to-back potency. Damn.
Yep, I have another friend of mine that
just happened to my best, my homie Charles.
What it was, and then
Exactly.
So
I want to just kind of bring it to the forefront if people are having that experience and they know, where they can get resources about it. So just hit my IG page.
If that is happening to you, like, take our advice, take heed to what we were saying, reduce your smokage, take a break, fast differently, smoke CBD.
everyone doesn't have to smoke the best weed and exotics.
Stay
There's
off
some good
Snapchat
depths out
smoking,
there
trying to impress
that you
people.
can get and smoke where it's not high potency like that. And
Exactly.
You're right, y'all.
And I really want to send that message to the people that are growing too, because I hear a lot of growers like, oh, I've got this weed and it's such and such percent. And I'm like, it's not always about, chasing those percentages. Like, I'm a big fan of Frosted Lakes. I think they're...
Me too.
Damar and Rob, what they're doing is incredible. I love their product.
Shout out to my nigga Kente.
I think that they're not always looking for that super high potency stuff, but like, I always feel good when I consume their weed, and it's like, maybe I'm a lightweight, I'm not an everyday smoker. I'm not an all day
It's not even that. It's just like we're in a connoisseur pool.
Yeah.
And we sort of, like, I like colognes and fragrances.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way Dolce & Gabbana makes me feel when I'm in the club and the ambiance. I like the way Issey Miyake makes me feel when I'm on a boat party around people type shit. So that's the same shit with weed, like, and straining. You, like, when you grow your shit, you get to play your music that you like or watch your anime. Like, you really get to evolve your plant to your liking. So when you smoke it, you get that experience.
And
so
like One Piece and some weed.
Yeah, you feel me? I put TD on the One Piece. Shout out to
They're
that.
not.
So that's a message that I just really want to send out to people, that it's
One
not
Piece.
always
Best
about...
anime ever.
It's not always about the percentages. And, I think another point that I just really want to drive home is that, everyone's like, well, the best weed comes from Cali. And it's like, let's look at some local growers and what they're doing. Yeah, exactly.
It's great, phenomenal weed out in Cali, mostly ocean grown, because it's right there. But
and those factors do factor in, the way it's grown and whatnot. But I
think the best weed is like in like Afghanistan or Africa, like somewhere where the soil is rich.
Have you ever smoked weed from Afghanistan? Afghani Kush?
I have smoked some Afghan Kush before, but it wasn't from Afghan. I smoked it with an Arab though.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
that
probably
closest.
counts.
Yeah, I'll say that's the closest we get. He rolled it. I don't know if he put some hashish in it or a little on the side, but
oh my god,
I definitely was melted in the back of the patio.
Dude, the first time I ever smoked hash, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was out of my
You remember
mind.
that guy we used to have in Quez when we used to go to that hookah spot, and he used to be like, "Oh, my friend, bring me some of this to make me feel like this. I give you some hashish, shut up with the hookah."
And we put so much of that hash in the weed gun the other day.
That is dangerous.
Smoked the whole room out.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted to be there. I actually smoked too much, so much smoking. I had to leave the room.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, we're on strains. So, Quez, what's some of your favorite strains?
Ooh.
Well, because you brought it up, I definitely do like the OGs. I had one recently called Fat Bastard, and man, it was amazing. It was real heavy. It was one of them. It was one of them ones for sure. But yeah, I'm really I lean towards the indica. I like the deep, heavy. Kind of gets you real deeply kind of sedated and relaxed. It's sleeping, helps me sleep and, cope with those things. So yeah, definitely, indica strains and, I do prefer higher THC percentages, but, I'm open.
Sure. Well, I mean, if you're not having trouble with it, I mean, more power to you. It doesn't happen to everybody. So.
And how they had you on that screen, bro, that looked like it was like a NBA LeBron interview, bro. How it like zoomed in and zoomed out. That was hard.
How about you, TD?
My favorite, I love indica, but during the day I do like to smoke sativa.
Okay.
Because I don't like to ruin my day. Sometimes I'll sit down and get comfortable, and that indica make you want to fall right to sleep. So.
Yeah. Any specific strains?
There's a strain that used to be around called Irene. I've been looking for Irene for a while.
Oh yeah, you've been talking about that.
Okay.
Gas. Yeah, so.
Irene. I have a favorite from someone that has a shop locally, and they're a home grower, and it's called Pistachio. And
Pistachio's fire.
Oh, man, I have been bothering him like every week. I'm like, is that pistachio ready? Is that pistachio ready? And he's like, just wait.
It's covered.
But I like those because, that's more sativa leaning, and I like to tap into my creative side because it's a really hard place for me to reach without it.
Right.
So, yeah. Yes. How about you, Bert?
I'm a big hybrid fan.
Yeah.
Because I have
I feel like most weed is hybrid now, right? I mean, it's pretty,
to an extent, mostly it's like it's a lot of cloning and crossbreeding, but to an extent, I'm a big fan of like the Kushes. My all-time,
you're in the right place.
Yeah, right. So I smoke with Smoke Dizza. He called himself the Kush God. And I'm like, well, I'm the honorable God. My tree's honorable. Everything good, nigga. And, so I would say we were smoking some shit when I smoked with him. Was called DSP. I smoked some shit called Skunk Star Haze and Ras Kush. DSP was a mix. I think it was Diesel, Sour, and Perp. That was like some of the best shit I ever smoked in my life. Like I would never forget that. That's when I hung out with my homeboy, so and so.
Yeah, right.
My sister fucked up that plug. Shout out to her. I still love her.
Yeah, I hate that when your plug gets fucked up.
Yeah, it was like an episode of Franklin. The nigga was hooping with us. It was the best, bro. Like we would buy weed, we do wake and bakes, we go fucking hoop, eat breakfast. It was like gaining a big brother you ain't never have, and then one of the cousins fucked it up or one. I gotta fall back.
I was at a local pop-up recently and got some Slurricane, and I really like that one. So.
I smoked some shit I smoked some shit this evening called Stone Cold, like my favorite wrestler.
Okay.
And that shit was fire. It definitely was a kick to the chest and a choke to the neck.
I did try to do it on him. I missed.
You missed?
I missed.
Next time.
I almost fell for the shit though, because he's like, come here. I'm like, what's up? I'm thinking he's trying to see if we like the same height and shit. I'm like, what's good, bro?
I see you got me a little bit.
You come off the top rope.
Boy, he kicked my stomach and went to do it. I'm like, I got the kick, but I try to weave the head lock. I like, move.
Well, Quez, I know that you've been dying to tell us about your origin story, and I know that's one of the things that you wanted to talk about. So tell us how DABA TC got started. How did you meet TD, and when did Bert come in?
Smoking weed.
Yeah.
Weed brought us.
Yeah, man. So we've all kind of been, close knit, for a long while, more like family than friends, blood couldn't make us any closer. But back in the day, we all used to just hang, did our thing, smoke, chill, and did that. And some years later down the lines, between me always, making edibles and different homemade treats and doing my experiments with butters and oils and different things like that. And TV always being in the game and, doing, he was one of the first people that I seen doing backwood pre-rolls like years ago and things like that. And it just made sense for us to kind of come together and make things happen. So shout out to my sister. Some years ago, she had a CBD company that she had started with some friends, but it didn't come to fruition. And they had started with the name of DABA. So anybody that's, been around since DABA first came out, a DABA was the name that we started with, and didn't really have a logo. It was just the name. And we kind of rocked with that for a while. I think people definitely gravitate towards it. You used to get the yabba dabba do and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting because it was something that we hadn't even thought of and talked about before we even had kind of branded ourselves that way. And then over time, we kind of just, wanted to rebrand and make things a little more simple and a little more easy. And as you can tell, DABA is in the name of DABA. So we kind of just shortened the name and put our signature on it with the TC. So the TC stands for Twin Cities, but it's also the initials of me and T's first name. So that was kind of really cool to be able to brand it that way. And then as far as the new logo, we had a lot of ideas and different things that we were kind of looking to do. And ultimately was browsing on some sites and paid for the logo that we have now. Thought it was kind of cool, kind of dope, kind of ring with the name, being that you got the character doing the dabble pose. But we always kind of have had, in the back of our minds that we wanted to possibly rebrand one more time. Our name is definitely, excuse me, WTC is definitely the name that we're going to continue with. But in due time, you will be seeing our logo becoming something new, something more unique, and something fresh now that we've been able to collab and work with some different artists and stuff like that here. So, we switched over to DABA and went with the DABA logo, and kind of the rest is history.
Okay. It's always good to keep things fresh, right? Especially as you learn things and you move around in the industry and meet different people. Like that's what we do. We evolve, right?
Yeah.
What can people expect when they come to the shop, TD?
Excuse me. So when you come to the shop, you can expect a vibe as soon as you walk through the door. Just feeling like you're at home. A good place. You can see a lot of local brands that have their clothing in our store. You can see local low-dose THC products and things that are sold locally from different Minnesota brands. We have our event space that we rent out. So anybody that's looking to host their own events or anything like that, they can hit us up. If it's a birthday party,
celebrations,
they want a pop-up or whatever it might be, hit us up.
Does someone have a private party where you can smoke, chill, and do your thing? We got you. We got the space. You can expect a lot of things. It's a lot of activity when you walk in from our stand. We got the spin the wheel. We got the dice game. We try to embody a lot of things that we grew up and kept us entertained, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like something to do, like games, dice, a chance to win something. That's all we really wanted to do. Like, I'm not gonna go out and make no trouble. A nigga won something, you know what I'm saying? So, we got a lot of stuff like, like I said, shout out to the team. We all play our different roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as the origin goes, I ain't want to, like, dabble in off Quez because he had the Zordon.
Everybody's not here right now. You see us three, but Crystal does her thing.
Yeah, we all got, and I just came back around.
In the background and for real.
And Quez got the Three Sisters kitchen with his wife and they sisters, because it's three sisters, obvious, and we like the three brothers, you know what I'm saying? I'm the baby out of DABA TC, you know what I'm saying? So my role is just, just being at the door, keeping the crowd, the energy, the environment, checking, making sure vendors are comfortable, taking suggestions to what could spice up the event center, or make, anything like as far as like, we need this or we need that, like handyman or something like that, like, or this idea, I'll pull it, so. Yeah,
One of the things that I always experience when I come to the shop is it's very welcoming, first of all. And it is really fun. I've seen you do like game nights. I've seen people playing board games in there, you know, doing different things. There's always music going on. Maybe like a month ago or so, I can't remember how long, someone was serving their ice cream, which was delicious.
Fire.
Thank you, Johnny St. Cloud, for that ice cream.
You
could make $1 million with that stuff.
Exactly.
Is so good.
Hey, they're doing everything. Go get a push pop from them, y'all.
Yes.
Man, that shit was
Oh,
fire. Get the watermelon flavor.
Gosh, that stuff.
I gotta do that when I say it, because y'all gotta know that it really
The
is.
watermelon
It
was
is
fire.
hitting. Yeah, that is really good. And I just really appreciate there's always security there. I've never felt unsafe. There's always food. You know, I think, you know, when people go to events or like, they want to make sure there's a bathroom there. They, you know, they want to make sure there's food, you know, all the things. And you guys are hitting on every single one. So
we got DJs, comedian, host.
Yeah, Do Nasty was in there a couple weeks
shout
ago.
out to Do Nasty.
Yeah.
You know, and then Crystal do her part, you know, on promotions, you know what I'm saying? Who else we got? Other than me, you, TD, Quez,
We got
Crystal,
Phil.
we got
been
Phil.
helping out doing a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Does a lot of
Stuff
things.
like
We
that.
got Kay from Minnesota Black Market. You know what I'm saying? We got a good network.
Yeah,
system.
you do. You have a really good. You have a lot of different vendors too that I don't see all the
Oh
time.
yeah, Fat Boy. Shout out to him
So,
too. The Re-Obsess.
Yeah. One of the things I noticed at a couple, like it was like a month ago. I can't remember when it was because I've been to a few, but I was like, there was a lot of diversity in there. So for once, I wasn't the only middle-aged white person, and I was like, wow, this is great. Like, I'm glad to see that the word's getting out, right? Like, people are desperate to pick up their medicine and
network.
before the dispensaries open, you know, they're looking for places where they can go to access that. So great job, guys. Great job. I'm so proud of you, and I just love to see all the growth
Much
that you've
gratitude.
had.
Much
It's
gratitude.
definitely, it's
Yeah.
definitely important for us to be able to create that kind of atmosphere
For
and
sure.
that environment, like you said, for it to be fun, for it to be safe, you know, and to offer all the things that you can get when you go to, you know, a normal store or, you know, a normal, big brand. You know, we want to be able to offer those things and even more, and, you know, make people feel comfortable, you know, and just to have a great time and, you know, build up an awesome community.
100%, and you are doing that. So hats off to you guys.
Appreciate that.
TD, please talk about the fashion a bit, because I saw you in the Smoking on the Runway. I saw your designs in the Smoking on the Runway a few months back, and I want to hear more about it, because I love fashion. I love streetwear. And just tell me like your vision a little bit for that.
So as far as the fashion and the streetwear, we have something that's going to be dropping again real soon.
Okay.
Going to give a shout out to Diesel J. We got a collaboration coming up.
What's up, Duo?
Don't want to speak on that too much,
Okay.
but it's hot. It's hot. It's nice. I like it.
I love that fashion show, and I was really glad to see you taking part in that, because I felt so tuned in and turned on by that fashion show. I was like, oh my God, this is where I'm meant to be. Like, it was awesome.
And we almost didn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, he was
like
like,
last
no,
minute.
you have to. And we was
Yeah,
like, you
no,
know
I'm
what,
glad
you're
you
right.
did.
We're going to get in here, and, you know, it turned out really good. I'm actually happy we did it, and I'm proud of them for what they did and what
For
they're doing.
sure.
You know, and I want them to keep on doing it, because it's just been turning out, and it's getting better and better.
We need more of that,
Yes.
don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. Yes,
We
do.
big fans
We've
of
actually had a chance to do a couple different
styles.
a couple different fashion shows, and that's kind of one thing that we kind of put on the back burner a little bit. That, you know, all our DABA fans and people out there definitely be on the lookout for, you know, new merch coming, clothes, apparel, accessories. We're definitely gonna make sure we get back on top of that and feed you guys what you need.
Awesome. One thing I want to just say, as far as like the new designs and whatnot, like when I think about streetwear, like it's always made for dudes. All the t-shirts are boxy, and I want to see more things being made and catered and fitting to women's bodies. So like, I'm personally love crop tops. So
glad you
crop
said that.
tops
I'm glad
and
you
like
said that.
fitted t-shirts and like V-necks, like, just please keep in mind to all the people that are out there designing streetwear and designing clothes, cannabis related, like, do it for the girls,
Yes,
man.
we promise you that.
Oh, yeah, you
That is
Well, I don't want to say too much, but I'm gonna just say.
a lot of it was featured in our first runway show like that. So as far as two-piece outfits and skirts, things like that, and crop tops. So we're definitely gonna have more stuff like that.
Perfect.
Two-piece outfits, yeah, just definitely it's coming. It's definitely
Love
coming.
it. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, we know. We definitely.
I'm not the only
about
one.
The ladies, and it's definitely coming.
It's about the ladies. It's
You know,
about the
shit
ladies.
happens. Life lives. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When lives, you know, we got to roll with the punches. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like TD said earlier, my clairvoyancy got us hit by a deer type shit. You know?
Yeah.
If my,
tell
if my
everybody that.
clairvoyancy would have known that some shit would have happened at the airport, and, you know, shit would have fucked up some shit, you know, I would have said, don't take that flight, take a different one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take the 757, the one that disappeared.
Yeah. The first event that I ever went to at your shop, TD, was a fight party. And I think, like, and
champagne.
here I am walking in, and like I think I only knew TD at that time, and Bert, you were at the door, and you just
I was
kind of
doing
looked at me.
I was doing the security. I was just bringing
You
my
just kind of
charm
looked at me
and
like, "Are you
niceness.
lost, ma'am?"
I'm like, are you here for the cannabis event? You were really too excited. Is it me? Or?
Yeah. Anyway, so with
Thanks for coming.
of course,
You know,
of course.
I got promoted at the time. You know what I'm saying?
So with the admission, you got a cup, and Bert, you were like, "Oh, you need to sip this."
I'll put that. Oh, you need to drink this, that thing right here.
So I
Yeah.
sat down and I started sipping, and within the first 3 sips, I'm like, "Yes, I do."
See, I'm good at
That
the.
lemonade, y'all.
I'm the president of promotions and, you know, security and all that stuff, and making sure everything's smooth, crowd control. You know what I'm saying? You know, I make sure everything play up in there. You know what I mean? I make sure all the beautiful women get acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? I make sure all the people that, like, the homies that slacking or giving creepy vibes, I'm like, you know, pull your pants up a little bit. You know, tighten your belt. You know what I'm saying? Put a spray of cologne on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we keep it G in there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's all love. Nobody put pressure on nobody.
Yeah.
Everybody feel welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't
sure.
have to sit down and drink the champagne. It was like nigga turned to Denzel at the door. Oh, you need the champagne. Yeah, you need to drink this. Take this sip. You need that.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
So I hope to see more stuff like that. I love going to fight parties, and I think that's brilliant to get people
We got
together.
one August
More coming.
17th.
Good, good.
Coming.
Champagne and paper planes.
Good,
No,
yeah.
that's not a fight party, but it's like taking a flight party.
I got to.
So don't miss the plane. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Tell people more about the shop, where it's at, you know, different stuff you'll have coming up. It sounded like we kind of talked about it a little bit, but
Oh yeah, before we got on there, yeah, we got a lot of things in
983
store.
Payne Avenue, y'all.
983
Come check us
Payne,
out. 983 Payne
right
Avenue.
next to Tongue and Cheek. Can't miss us.
Yeah, just
We
come
on the
knock
corner of the
window.
street.
so right on the east side where I grew up. So thank you for, you know, getting my city all litty. I appreciate
Yeah, for
it.
sure.
Oh, we
People
try.
always try to play us to the left, but we're out here, so yeah.
So definitely come check out.
Definitely make sure you follow the IG DABA_TC.
Yep.
What's next for you guys in the next 5 years or so?
What's next? First off is the 17th, Champagne and Paper Planes.
Okay.
Right,
The
right,
flight
right, right, right.
continues. It's going to be on Saturday from 7 to 10. That's August 17th from 7 to 10. Y'all come pull up.
Pull up, tell a friend to tell a friend. If you are following our brand ambassadors, they have a promo code, so you can get a discount when you get in. We also are letting the first, what's free? It's like 2 things are free. I remember.
Oh, yeah. So Champagne and Pepper Planes. So as soon as you come in the door, you get some free champagne.
See how you put on the Denzel
Champagne
voice?
flavor.
Yeah.
Had to put that on there for them, you know. No, you get some free champagne when you walk through the door. And
Okay.
the first 30
Ladies.
people get a free J.
First
You know,
30,
so you
first
can
30
fly a
people get a
plane
free
and get some
joint.
champagne, you know. Come fly with us, y'all.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How about just like, I know you talked about rebranding. Any other big ideas that you have coming up? I want to hear about that kind of stuff.
I got I threw up the idea that we should have the DABA Olympics. You know,
Yes.
they had their version of beer pong, but I'm like, we just use our THC infused lemonades to supplement with the beer.
Yeah.
We get like eighths in a bag and throw, instead of being bag toss, we throw eighths.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And try to get it in the holes. Like some, we just make some cool shit that everything that's involved with cannabis.
Perfect.
That's one. And then what else would you add to it?
Well, just continue to keep being a part of the cannabis community, that where everyone's been taking a part in building and collaborating with other people and letting them know that they can do what we're doing.
Like artists can come there.
That's our main goal.
Rap and perform and stuff, right?
Okay, so putting
It's
artists
bigger.
on. I
Artists,
see that you're
other brands, as far as it's
open mic
cannabis
poetry,
industry, or if
we
they
can
just have
have
a clothing brand or whatever it might be.
Okay.
So jewelry or candles or anything,
incense, whatever you can sell, and that's your passion. We support it. You know what I'm saying? Come up there, we go support it. We don't judge nobody.
I love the collaboration with Frosted Lakes. I think it's a really natural collaboration.
That's family.
Yeah, I love
Shout out to Lou Exotics for dunking me twice in a row.
Shout out to TD for dunking me 4 times in a row.
Hey, but shout out to everybody that did not drop their blunt when they fell in the dunk tank.
Oh, hey.
My blunt. Yes, they get some butterflies of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely big shout outs to Frosted, man. That was super dope doing the collab event, their first event here in the States. We were together, so we kind of, been on this journey, side by side in some ways. So that's really dope. And also to add to, future things outside of rebranding and, expanding merch. And we have some new products that we're working on, in products in development. And also on top of that, I don't know if T wants to touch on it a little more, but we definitely have some ideas in store for, whether it be a social club.
That's what I was getting
or
to.
definitely. So TD, if you want to tap into that a little more.
Yes, definitely. So we have been doing some work in the basement.
Yeah.
We tore the wall down in the back, expanded a little bit. Still got a little bit more work we're doing down there. But we're going to actually turn the basement into a members-only social club.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Give everybody,
Drum rolls.
a lounge for people to just really come have a spot where they can chill and have a safe space to do their thing. And,
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I grew up in the 80s where it was fun. No, I'm playing. I grew up in the 90s where it was fun, where you can actually kick it. Like the Missy Elliott era. So we want to bring that stuff back. We want to bring that cool after set vibe,
Yeah.
The same shit you can go through in the evening and get after late hours with us, So when the club over and everybody looking for that after set or that environment just to kick it at and unwind, we can do some stuff there. We have something going on. That's where we're heading at more into the future, like a members only direction. Like if sort of like how when we first dropped the lemonade, like only everyone knew where the lemonade is coming from. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Type of shit.
Would you be willing to, Quez, talk about some of the products you have in development, or is that kind of under wraps still, or?
Yeah, we'll keep that under wraps for now, but we'll definitely talk more about it.
I didn't realize you were a home chef, and is that kind of how you got started with things?
I told him everything.
You told him everything he knows.
I'm not necessarily the chef. I can. I'll take my kudos in the baking area. I've kind of learned, my way around the oven. You know what I'm saying? But I know when it comes to some of the other things and stuff, I have my lovely wife Kayla who can kind of be there and help me with those things. So the collaboration of us two, we're able to do some damage.
Nice. That's how I started off too, making edibles for all my friends. Gummies, cookies, muffins, whatever, a lot of baking stuff. So I'm really into that. And that's where kind of my relationship with cannabis developed. I really like consumables, like I said, but over the last year or so I've really gotten into smoking and becoming more of a connoisseur, like Bert was talking about earlier, becoming a connoisseur of weed. So yeah. Who is the most famous person you've ever smoked with?
Oh, that's crazy. I smoked with a lot of famous people.
Quez.
Me and St. Quez.
What's funny is I was going to say you two.
I was about to say besides us. I smoke
I
with
will
Quez.
say we didn't get to smoke with him directly, but Bert does do music, and back in the day, us and some partners had do a concert with Redman, Diddy
Nice.
Wright, and Devin the Dude,
Bet.
and we got to smoke as a group with Redman while he was on stage, so it was pretty dope.
That's awesome. A couple years ago, I saw Redman and Method at Red Rocks on 420, and it was an incredible show. It was so good.
I'm sure.
Who's your dream rotation, Quez?
What is this, like a top 5? What are we doing?
Yeah, like 3. Let's say 3.
Like 3?
Yeah, and TD and Bert can't be there.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have any sessions with them. Let's see. I mean, that would have to be Snoop for sure.
Definitely.
I'd have to have Snoop in rotation. I'd probably have to say I'd have to go ahead and throw Wiz in there too, because they just bring that old high school vibe back. And if I had to pick one more person, maybe like Albert Einstein, so I could pick his brain.
Yeah. Do you think he used cannabis? I bet he did.
Oh, he definitely did.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
This needs to be
if he didn't, he experimented with it.
How he know what 3.14 was? He was selling something.
I don't think he came up with that, Bert, but okay.
He was selling that cherry pie.
Oh my goodness.
Another great strain.
My favorite. You said what was the famous?
Who's
famous
your
people you smoke?
Yeah, who that, and what's your dream rotation?
With? Famous people I smoke with. Jadakiss and Quez was with me. My best friend. He offered me to go hang out with him at the club, but I couldn't leave my best friend hanging. So.
Oh, okay. That was kind of you. Yeah.
Saying Jadakiss is one of my favorite rappers. He's a Gemini like me too.
Yeah. I saw him when he came in concert too. I'm a big concert goer.
I smoke with Jadakiss. I smoke with Isaiah Rashad when he first was
nice.
big with TDE.
Okay.
I smoked with I'm a big Currency fan.
Me too.
I smoked with Currency. My twin brother, rest in peace. So when he was alive, his first concert I took him to was a Currency concert, and we
Thanks, bro.
hung out backstage. And Currency actually recognized us because we were going around with our names on our hat. And he's like, "Oh my God, blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And my brother was like, "Oh well, I ain't got really nothing to sign other than this money." And Currency like. The irony, Currency signing Currency. You know what I mean? So my mom still got that dollar bill Currency signed. I smoked with Currency. I smoked with Smoke Dizza. I smoked with Devin the Dude. I smoked with Dizzy. Smoked with Redman before he threw his shoe off. I smoked in studio sessions. Juicy J was in the studio session technically when we was there that one day with Madden and them, you know what I mean?
Fun.
But the most famous person I really ideally got to smoke with, and it don't really count, I went to a Janelle Monáe concert and Prince was there.
What?
But he was, I don't know, I can't really explain it. It was like a movie, you know what I'm saying? He had like this ambiance, some aura over him, like it looked like he was... Something just hanging over his face, like if he was married or something like that.
Yeah, like a veil?
Something just disguised, like a silhouette veil or some shit like that. Some shit you could tell is like Prince. Yeah. But you wouldn't know, though. You know what I'm saying? We all fucked up chilling, and we going to the Electric Lady, Janelle Monáe killing it, and I'm like, man, with my homegirl Maria, I'm like, who this motherfucker over here with this motherfucking shit on his face? You know, we smoking this and shit.
Michael Jackson.
Something, and we found out later in the magazine that like Prince was there in the crowd dance. I'm like, I knew that had to be that motherfucker. So if it counted, it counted, but it didn't. But Prince too.
I never saw him in concert. It's like one of my biggest life regrets.
Bone Thugs and Harmony too. My twin met them up here, and it was crazy as fuck because I was high as hell and I was drunk and I was ready to drive and go home. He's like, "Oh man, it's Bone Thugs and Harmony. Let's smoke with them." I'm like, we is from Ohio. And they end up liking my brother, and I'm like, damn, I'm jealous and shit. Like, I'm just tired.
Nice. How about you, TD?
Shit. So I thought I'd be smoking so much and forgetting all the people I'd be smoking.
That's me.
I can remember, but I'll say that Gary, shout out to Gary Trent. He came out to one of our pop-ups.
Oh,
yeah, shout out to Gary.
nice.
That's my dog.
Okay, nice.
So thought that was dope.
He's not from Minnesota, is he?
No,
He
but
played for the Timberwolves, though. Yeah. I think he's from Ohio or something like
There's
that.
still a lot
I'm
of
from
players that
Ohio.
still live in Minnesota. Actually, he still lives here.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary or OG. That's my dog.
Who would you smoke with? Who's your dream rotation?
Man,
Oh, I
Quez
forgot to answer
Quez
that,
started
damn.
off nice, man.
It
It'd be
did.
nice to smoke with Devin.
I would love to put Martha Stewart
I'd
in there,
like
though.
to
Can
smoke
we?
with Pimp C
Oh,
at
of
one time.
course.
That'd
Oh,
be
Pimp
dope.
C, yeah.
Definitely.
With Pimp C.
Yeah, definitely.
Even Too Short or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Name 3 more.
I'll smoke with Larry Jones. Shout out to Larry
Oh
Jones.
my God,
That'd
my
be dope.
celebrity
That'd be dope.
crush.
Smoke with Larry.
All right.
Him and Money Man.
A lot of people don't know Cardo's from Minnesota.
Yep, Cardo's from Minnesota.
St. Paul.
Yep. And also Rocky. He produced on Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to my homie Gaines. Rocky from Minnesota, too. He
Yeah.
produced.
Nice. Any final?
Oh, I smoke with Lizzo because she seemed cool as fuck.
Okay.
I'm going to be quick. I smoke with
Okay.
Lizzo. I smoke with, what's his name? Brad Pitt. I smoke with James Franco. I smoke with, she was in Doom Patrol, Mexican shit.
Keanu Reeves is also on my list.
Oh, I smoke with Rosario Dawson. I love
my
Rosario
gosh,
Dawson.
she's so gorgeous.
And the last person I smoke with is probably like,
Alicia Keys.
nah, I smoke with,
You think she smokes?
yeah. What's the girl from London?
We spoke with Erica Badu too.
Estelle.
Yeah, I say you be my man. I knew it like that.
Yeah,
American
I'm a
girl,
music head, man.
Yeah,
I
I
love
smoke with
music.
Estelle. I love Estelle. She, we'll rock.
Yeah,
For sure.
nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Quez, any final thoughts about the shop or anything else you want to get out there to the people, to my audience?
Man, I just really want to say, if you got an idea, if you got a vision, if there's anything that you want to do, man, just put your mind and your heart into it, man, and just go for it.
Totally.
DABA doesn't necessarily have an acronym, but it could stand for Determined, Always, Believe, Bless, and Achieve, and that just means always stay determined, believe in what you do, pray you'll be blessed, and you will achieve your dreams.
Amen. I love that. Thank you. Hey, Gabe, did we get any good questions from the audience at all? From the live?
No, just ones that I put through.
Oh, you had some.
Shout out to you, Gabe, for those
Well,
questions.
Gabe, what were some
Shout out,
burning
Gabe.
questions that you
You
had
got any
as
more?
we were conversing?
The only thing
what
that
were
I've-
some things that came up?
I think you guys answered everything. I actually thought
Okay.
you were reading them, but
I wasn't.
I wasn't, I'm clairvoyant.
but I would say that I didn't hear like we have this title King of Pop-Up Stores, and I haven't. I don't know. Did we
nice.
talk about the actual pop-ups?
We could talk about them. We could talk about how we've said the name Crystal a couple times, but Crystal
Yeah.
actually.
I always call her
owns our-
Cash.
Yeah.
I hope that's okay with
No,
her.
that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's
Okay.
perfect.
That's Cash right there.
When you said Crystal, I'm like, who is that? That's Cash. And
That's
then you showed
perfect.
me a picture. I'm like, that's
That's
Cash.
perfect.
Yeah, she holds us together.
Yeah.
We wanna
Very
do it
integral part of what we do.
Definitely
That's
a lot
awesome.
of the
Shout out to
glue
you, baby girl.
behind the
Social
scenes.
media. She's talking to all the vendors, all the people when they're hitting us up on the page. She's
Yeah.
Yeah, she got me out of this shell,
getting
low
these ads
key.
popping and really
That's what's
making
up.
sure that we're on top of our shit. so.
Okay, love that. I love to see women getting involved and getting their due in this
Yeah,
in this
even on our
spot too.
promo videos, you know what I'm saying? We go do a little bit more of those, more promos.
Hey, she got the best views so far in all our reels. Y'all go check them out.
Yeah.
Her shit-
Well,
Her shit
look
be
at her. I
Yeah.
mean, goodness sakes.
So, pretty girls trap too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we do that. I think we're on. We're humbly honorable, and I feel like our pop ups and the vendors in our vendor pool, loyal from day one till now. You know what I'm saying? Definitely play a big part. It's like I can say 1,000 names. I feel
Yeah.
like we can give out like cannabis Grammys or something, like the Grams,
I
like
love
cannabis
that.
Grammys. Like it's a lot of stuff. Like I'm creative. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I throw a lot of
Legs,
stuff out.
Black market.
But like that's what we're gonna
Re-up.
incorporate, with this
Midwest
expansion that we got going on.
keep
But
it
we
going
definitely
and
can give out
going
our
and going.
Grammys to everybody.
Definitely. There's some big hitters when you come into those pop-ups and
Yeah.
the bag pops are incredible.
Right.
Like you can smell your pop-up from 2 blocks away.
Facts.
So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a new plug, definitely tap in. That's really what I want to get across to people.
Yeah, we got the re-up
For
set.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's what definitely is designed for, like you to network and
Yeah.
It's the Fat Boy Cannabis.
Shout out to Fat Boy coming from Cali and
We
establishing.
just supply the location.
Yeah, we just use our
This thing.
we just use our event center as the event center.
Yeah.
We give you the location. Like I said, if you got a vision and you need help, and if we can help you, you can just reach out to us.
And one other thing that I just want to say, because I had asked you guys about, whether you applied for a license or whatnot, but like what you're doing is not going anywhere. Right?
No, yes, it's unprecedented. It's unprecedented.
People are going to be very disenchanted when dispos open up with cost and quality and a lot of different things. The overwhelmedness of going into a dispensary and just like feeling like they might not know where to start or what to do. And so I just want to encourage people that if you're looking for a new plug or, whatever, like check out some of these people that are doing these events in the community.
Yes.
This is how you grow community. You
Yes.
need to show your face in these places. Circulate a few dollars, like this is how you network.
long ways.
And it does.
No, it'll definitely help you with all the information that you need.
Yeah,
If
we
you're
got-
confused about anything, pretty much all the vendors know what they have, and they can describe and break down what each one of their products do
100%.
for every patient that comes through.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the patients at the end of the day. Making sure that they getting what they need when they go home.
Absolutely.
And they're happy and want to keep on going and spread the word to their friends, their family, and everybody around.
Yeah.
So
One last thing I just do want to highlight too to the audience is like I love what you guys are doing for community. I've seen you giving out turkeys and food at Thanksgiving time and around the holidays. And you had mentioned, DABA, that you're doing some type of a backpack drive then?
yes, we're going to be working on doing a back to school drive.
Okay.
Trying to get some kids some things for when they
Yeah.
go back to school.
It's really,
My cousin at Just Imagine, he partners with the Salvation Army every year.
Every year.
And they give them a
Donate.
lot of backpacks and clothes, school supplies, and everything
Yeah.
that the kids need every year. We're going to get that information out for you guys, so just come check our page out. Be watching for it. And always
Perfect.
remember, come
Definitely
check
keep
out
you
Just
tapped in.
Imagine on Payne Avenue.
shout
Right-
out to
right across
Red
the
at
street.
Just Imagine, another person that's a community leader and giving back. I thank you guys for that because I think it's really important. When people get on, you need to give back.
Yeah.
Period.
Always look out for your day ones.
Yeah.
Foreign
for
Links, you gotta
sure.
give shout outs to Foreign Links. They're a really big part of the community too.
Yeah.
MSNBC, that's
pretty lady
ESNBC,
down
sorry about that. It's the Eastside Black Business Club. They're doing a lot of stuff for the community. I might
Okay.
have said that wrong. Sorry, y'all, if y'all heard this and I said it wrong. I just got it. But they're doing some good things. They're bringing the community together and all the small businesses on Payne Avenue and the East Side. And
Lovely.
there's
And the East Side this Saturday is having an event from 12 to 4, aren't they? They're doing like a big music festival, I think, over on 7th Street on the
Yeah.
East Side. So if you guys are down there, I mean, definitely pop in to 983 Payne Avenue and see what they got going on there.
There is
So
an event from 6 to 10. Come check us out.
Check it out.
So-
Artists, there's going to be
16.
DJs. These performances are going to be dope. You guys want to see it?
So one last time, just tell the people where they can find you on Instagram and your address and then your next event.
983 Payne Avenue, St. Paul, Minnesota, 55130. DABA_TC on Instagram, or just DABA TC on Facebook.
Thank you, Gabe. Two
us out.
B's, two B's, Gabe.
Yeah, my Instagram.
DABBA_TC. It might say DABA_MN. That's still us. You're going to see it.
Yeah.
You see it,
Okay.
say the name, DABA TC.
Mine's is Mayhem the Truth THC.
Okay.
THC to me is the honorable culture. We're all cultivators in our community.
Bert's giving out his personal Instagram. If anyone
I mean,
wants
it's
to hit
connected.
Bert up.
It's connected.
has-
It's actually connected to my DABA. It's just I don't go by DABA because I publicly identify as Mayhem the Truth.
Okay. Those are his pronouns.
But I still put THC in it, so you know it's still connected to DABA. You know?
Perfect.
Yes.
Any final thoughts, Quez?
I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity given us to come on here and talk a little bit. I think the last thing I want to leave with you guys is just know that in business, relationships are very important. And you know, you want to make sure you build those lasting relationships and make sure not to burn any bridges over time, because you never know when, you know, those relationships will come in handy. So definitely, if you're in business or planning on getting into it, definitely make sure, you know, you build lasting relationships that are real solid.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Gabe. He a solid dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, good job, Gabe.
Yeah,
Did your
thank you,
thing.
Gabe.
Love
Thank
Molly.
you.
Thank you,
don't
Gabe.
you don't get enough credit, Gabe. So thank
You
you.
honorable
very
Gabe in my book, bro.
Thanks.
Molly, she really does some shit for the community.
It's an
though.
honor. Like I said, if you ever need a honorable backup,
This lady
I
right
got
here,
you.
she does her thing.
Anytime, man.
She does her thing.
I just try to keep my head down. And it's a wrap, everyone. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to
Please
the
subscribe.
channel. Share it out
Yes,
to your
we love you,
friends. Let
Molly.
them know we're
Make
out
sure you
here.
get her to bring us back out here.
For sure. We're gonna do something for legacy, y'all. Okay. So
For
let's
sure.
connect
For sure.
on that. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Hey.
Hey.
Love y'all.
Hey, 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 hey,
go.
hey, hey.
Yeah.
Quez, thank you.
Thank you, guys.